a guten Moed, or as customary is to wish Hoshana Rabbah a guten Kvittel, because it's the day when the final signature sealed for a wonderful new year that we're all going to get. Especially it's the year of Hakel, and we will be all assembled in the Beis Hamikdash. But as we're coming towards, let's say towards the end of the season, and we're entering to Shmini Atzeres Simchas Torah, I think it's appropriate to reflect for a moment what we have just been experiencing this entire month. Because this month of Tisha is called Chodesh HaShvi, the 7th month, is also called Mushba. It's satiated. It's a month which is filled with mitzvahs, filled with customs, filled with practices. We're busy a whole month with davening, praying, doing teshuvah, doing more mitzvahs, listening to the shofar, fasting on Yom Kippur, building a sukkah, acquiring the lulav and the esrog, shyness, kaparas. We're busy non-stop. Nobody has any moment to breathe. In fact, as a joke today is, especially for those who are involved in the preparing of all the meals, with this order this year where the Yom Tovim, the holidays come in the middle of the week, and then there is Shabbos, so there is Good Shabbos, Good Yontiv, Good Yontiv, Good Shabbos, Good Shabbos, Good Yontiv, Good Yontiv, Good Shabbos. It's one merging into the other. But on a more serious note, there are basically 3 categories of practices throughout the entire month. There are the mitzvahs, the biblical commandments, such as, an example, the hearing, the sounding of the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, fasting on Yom Kippur, eating in the sukkah on Sukkos, shaking the lulav and esrog the first day of Sukkos. These are all biblical ones. And then we have rabbinic mitzvahs. Those mitzvahs which have been established by the rabbis, observances, and with the authority that they have received, that the Torah gives them this authority to do it. As an example, the 5 prayers on Yom Kippur. And the Dalet Minim, benching the lulav and esrog, the rest of Sukkos, is a rabbinic commandment. But then there is also those things that we call minhagim, customs. It's not biblical, it's not established by the rabbis, but throughout history, different customs have become practice and accepted basically throughout the entire Jewish community with some variations. As an example, kaparis, taking a chicken and swirling it over the head. That's a minhag. Well established, one to follow, but it is not one which has the rabbinical stamp, so to say, or the biblical stamp. Today we were beating the hoshainis, the 5 willows that we were beating on the floor after saying the traditional Shana Rabbah prayers. This is minhagim. And then we have, as we're coming into Simchas Torah, when we rejoice, we celebrate with the Torah. What do? We take the Torah on the shoulder and we dance. This is a minhag. Nowhere says in Torah that you dance with the Torah. There's not a rabbinical decree, law. It is a minhag. Why? Why do we have this minhag? Is because on Yom Kippur we were forgiven, and so obviously it's only time and appropriate that about a week and a half after Yom Kippur we should celebrate this forgiveness. Because what is the forgiveness? The forgiveness is all about our re-strengthening, our re-establishment of our relationship, of our unique relationship with God. So we celebrate it. And in fact, the Rebbe Rashab said that those 48 hours of Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, Shmini Atzeres starting tonight with Simchas Torah, are days which are filled with holiness, that we can just get buckets of divine inspiration. All we need to do is just to tap into it. And how do we tap into it? By dancing. Now one wonders. We celebrating the conclusion of the study of the Chumash. We're celebrating the beginning of again Bereshis. dancing with it? Wouldn't it be more appropriate just to open the book and study? It's a book. Nobody has ever seen a professor in university that has completed a PhD and he takes his book on the shoulder and starts dancing around campus. I think he would be locked up in a mental asylum. Yet this is what we do. But it's exactly the point. It's all about showing the extent, the depth, the infinite depth of our relationship with God. And this is expressed even more than by biblical command. This is expressed even more than by rabbinic command, by a minhag, something that we, the people, just felt we need to express. And we express it with the entire being. Our feet elevates our heads. Our entire being dances and rejoices with this amazing oneness that we have with God. And may we celebrate this in the Beis Hamikdash today.